Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. But we're going to start our vlog off right here at this spot, the Mayberry Motor Inn, which room 109 at this motel is very important because they have possibly the largest Frances Bavier collection, the woman who played Aunt Bee. Huge collection right here. Like, actually have a dress worn and used on the show, on the Andy Griffith show, is in their possession here. They're going to take us in room 109, show us the collection, and then we're going to move on. Should be a great way to start the vlog off. Mayberry Mall is just right across the road, and we'll stop in there and take a little peek in, and then we're going to make our way over into Mount Airy, downtown area, move on over to Pilot Mountain, which is off on the horizon here. I don't know if you guys can really see Pilot Mountain or not, but if you look on that horizon right there, there's a hump right next to that water tower off to the left. That's Pilot Mountain, which on the show itself, they always reference Pilot Mountain as being Mount Pilot, but we're going to go there also, and then we're going to make our way down 52 a little bit further to a place known as King. And my favorite fast food joint started in King, North Carolina, and we're going to stop there and have a bite to eat, and then we're going to wrap it up. Should be a good day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's get started right here at the Mayberry Motor Inn. And right here in front of the Mayberry Motor Inn, we have this awesome Sheriff Mayberry squad car right here. Really, really cool. But we're here today to check out Frances Bavier's private collection that the owners of this motel actually purchased back when she passed away at a estate sale. This here is room 109, and this is actually where the gentleman is going to take us inside this room and show us her private collection here momentarily. This ought to be really, really cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is awesome. I didn't think it was going to be this big.
Yeah, my grandmother, she started it in '89. It was when Frances Bavier passed away. She got news of the estate sale, so she drove down to Center City.
Dang.
Purchased as much as she could at that sale. When she didn't get there, people later contacted her. You know, they were like, well, a lot of my stuff is just sitting in my garage. Would you want to buy it from me?
Right.
Went out, bid you, and she did. And then through some friends and acquaintances, we were able to get other things, like the dress and the hat and the gloves.
Yeah.
That's the outfit she wore in the show.
Oh my goodness, that is so awesome. This is cool. Just all this stuff. All from estate sale. Oh, did she have to really bid against a bunch of other people to get it, or?
She did. Yeah, she got a U-Haul truck and just drove down there and got as much as she could. The banjo right there, that's my brother's. He had that signed by all the Darlings when they were all together.
Yeah.
So it was Doug, Rodney, and Mitch, and I can't remember the other band member. Then Maggie Peterson signed it as well.
Right.
And I think some of the Easter brothers signed it. But yeah.
Dang, this is amazing. So if you guys ever come up here to Mount Airy, definitely stop by the Mayberry Motor Inn.
Yes, sir. And
get you a room, and then ask to come over here to see room 109. Because if you're a fan of the Andy Griffith show, you have got to see this. This is so cool to see all this history right here from her collection. So I want to thank you so much. Thank you for showing me around, man. I really do appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. All right, so now we are saying so long to the Mayberry Motor Inn. We're going to head across the street here to the Mayberry Mall next. And I got to say something. If you're a fan of the Andy Griffith show and you're up here in this area, definitely go by and ask to check out room 109. That was awesome. What a cool piece of history that is. That is unbelievable. Love making these vlogs. Love getting out on the road and doing stuff like this. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's move on over here. There's where we're going next, the Mayberry Mall. All right, I made my way over here to the Mayberry Mall. And looks a lot different than what I remember when we used to come up here when I was a kid. Or at least we drove by. We did not go inside, but it looks majorly different. Like, it has had a pretty big facelift. A lot of this stuff looks very new. How everything is laid out as you're welcome into the mall. So this mall was actually opened in 1968. And it's a very small mall, only 265,000 square feet in this mall. So Ought to be a quick little visit, but you know, you're in Mount Airy and you see something that says Mayberry on it, especially Mayberry Mall. I think you owe it to yourself to just go inside and take a peek. And that's exactly what we're about to do. All right, I have made it inside of the Mayberry Mall. And it's very quiet. And this place right here is actually closed. They do have restrooms right here when you walk in. And then it looks like we're going to see a lot of this, which is a very common thing to see here in malls here in the United States. A lot of empty spaces. Right here we have LA Nails, but look right next to it, these are empty. It's a very nice mall. I like the floors in here. Smells good. You know, some of these malls you go in, you have all kind of funky smells, but here's another empty store, retail space for lease. A lot of these stores seem to be closed or abandoned. You know, they're waiting for new people to come and give them a call to open up some retail space. It's a nice little area. All right, I made my way to the center of the mall. It's a very small mall, just, you know, pretty much from one end to the other. The anchor store, you can see Belk down there. A lot of empty spaces here, of course. Right here is shoe department. But I think this is really cool. I like this. I like these murals they have on the wall here. I think it's pretty cool. Right here is downtown Mount Airy. It's Wally's service station from the Hitch show, Andy Griffith show. Right here's Barney. And this right here is actually a squad car, like Barney's squad car from the show. You can actually, when you're at Wally's gas station, you can actually pay money, and they will take you around town in the squad car and give you a tour and take you by the world's largest open-face granite quarry. It's located here in Mount Airy. Some people don't know that. That's a pretty cool little fun fact. The world's largest granite quarry. And speaking of granite, I don't really know if Stone Mountain is granite or not, but this is a really cool place here in North Carolina to go visit and hike. Beautiful waterfalls, great views from the top of Stone Mountain. I think a lot of people think of Stone Mountain, they always think about Stone Mountain, Georgia, but actually North Carolina, we have our own Stone Mountain also. All right, that was a quick look at the Mayberry Mall. Wasn't a lot to it, a lot of abandoned stores in there, which I kind of figured that was going to happen, but all in all, let's go ahead and move our way up into the downtown area of Mount Airy and see what we can get into up there. All right, my friends, I have made my way to the downtown area here in Mount Airy. This is actually Moore Avenue right here behind me. And I thought this would be a good spot to start off because you got this awesome Andy Griffith mural right here that kind of takes you through the history, you know, through the years of Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith Show, and even Matlock right here, the older version of Andy Griffith. Really cool. All right, now I've made my way over here to Main Oak Emporium, which I love that sign. That is like a real old school sign up there on the side of that building. That is so epic. But this is why I came over this way, is I wanted to show you this restaurant or pub. It's called the Loaded Goat. And I think this is very funny because if my mom ever watches this episode, she's going to get a kick out of this, because there was an episode in the Andy Griffith Show that was all about this goat and dynamite, and that is what kind of brought on the name of this place. Is from that episode, the Loaded Goat. I think this is so cool. I know years ago I was up here for Mayberry days, and they actually had a whole float that went down Main Street that was dedicated to that one episode. They had a goat and it had dynamite strapped to it, and I just thought that was so hilarious. But here in Mount Airy, they actually have a place called the Loaded Goat, and it's a pub. So really, really cool. It says right now they are closed though. It says, "Hi, we are closed until further notice. We apologize for any inconvenience." So hopefully that is temporary and not forever. Looky right here is Barney Fife with his firearm. And this right here is Barney's Cafe, home of the Barney Burger. So if you're a fan of burgers as I am, this might be a cool place to come stop in sometime and have you a Barney burger. And if you wanted to know a little bit about the Barney Burger, right there it is a 3rd-pound burger topped with bacon, provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo, grilled onions on a sesame seed bun for $8. Or you can upgrade that bad boy to a super Barney Burger for $11. And that is a massive 2/3-pound burger with the same toppings. Here's a really cool shop, Mayberry on Main, gifts and unique souvenirs. They have a whole plethora of different t-shirts here celebrating the Andy Griffith Show. Look at all these cool little magnets and pins and stuff they have here. A bunch of the characters from the show. And then for whatever reason you have Otis t-shirt right here that you can buy. It says Mayberry, North Carolina on it. And then we go down here to the bottom and you have possibly one of my favorite Westerns. Right there. Val Kilmer in Tombstone. You know, he played Doc Holliday. You know, I'll be your Huckleberry. That's one of the greatest lines in movie history, in my opinion. Right there's Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer together in that picture. It looks like somebody signed it, but I don't know if that's Kurt Russell's name and Val Kilmer's name. I really can't make it out. Some people's autographs, you know, is very difficult, but very interesting to see. Right here, you got Tombstone, and then everything else around here pretty much is all Mayberry stuff. So, yeah, pretty cool. Mayberry on Main. Gifts and unique souvenirs. And right there goes a squad car. Gentleman in there waving, taking him a little tour around town. All right, I was across the street over there around the antique mall, and this caught my eye, this beautiful mural right here. This is Donna Fargo, country music star who is from Mount Airy, along with Andy Griffith. And this is actually pretty new. I was just speaking to a lady around the corner here that lives here in the area, and she was telling me that they did all this with just spray paint pretty much and dedicated it to her. She actually showed up and check out this mural, but it is absolutely beautiful. I love the red, white, and blue. What a great mural. And then right across from that mural, you get this awesome old Coca-Cola ghost sign right here. Delicious and refreshing. Relieves fatigue. That is a thing. I seen that same, saying on a mural not too long ago in Mooresville. And I've lived my whole life. I've never really noticed that before until here recently. Relieves fatigue is a thing for Coke. So pretty cool. Right there, a little signage that says Mount Airy Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Yeah, 5 cents. Those were the days, as they say. I gotta admit, this is really awesome when you come to some of these small towns and you see these old theaters like this one right here, still alive and kicking. They're actually showing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at the moment. And as I turn around from that, check this out. Stock Car Wall of Fame, not Hall of Fame, but this is the Wall of Fame, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Look at that right there. NASCAR, Winston Cup, Grand National drivers. They have announcers up there. They have photographers right there on that plaque. Engine builders. Right there's Greg Moore. Now, I've actually heard of Keith Dorton before. Can't really place the name before, but some of these names definitely jump out at me. Over the years of watching tons of NASCAR racers and broadcasters talk about all these old timers that started the sport. Right there's your stock car drivers. Eddie Yarborough, Benny Parsons, David Pearson. You know those names for sure. That's household names in the NASCAR community, or at least for me it is. Some good stuff. And then right up here on the wall itself, it says Mount Airy Stock Car Racing Wall of Fame, dedicated to early stock car racers. Man, this is so cool. True history. Racetrack Road, Mount Airy, North Carolina. And it continues on. Here's some more stock car drivers up here. And they got like some photos from way back when. Yeah, this is really cool stuff. I think you guys might know that gentleman, Junior Johnson. Actually, I did a video about Junior about a year ago about some of the history of his his race teams, where he was from over in Wilkesboro. Talked about North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway in that vlog. Showed him and Flossie's house back when they were married, where his old shops used to be. That was a fun day. And then I also showed his resting place where he was buried. He was a real pioneer to the sport of NASCAR. All right, this is really an awesome find. Definitely, it's in an aisleway. You have to keep your eyes peeled. It's right across from that theater across the road is where you're going to find this walkway here, this wall of fame. But yeah, definitely come up here and check this out if you're a old school NASCAR fan. All right, this is definitely the more touristy area here in Mount Airy. This is Opie's Candy Shop right here. Got plenty of sweet treats inside this place. And I think this signage right here kind of says it all, really. Hey, sugar, you found the sweetest place in Mayberry. All right, and right next to Opie's Candy Shop, we have Floyd's City Barber Shop right here. As you can see, they have some Andy Griffith goodness in the windows here. That's pretty cool. And then right next to that is the famous Snappy Lunch, home of the pork chop sandwich. We'll not be having a pork chop sandwich today, but if you would like to see me eat the pork chop sandwich and give it a try, I would definitely put a link in the description below to my video from a couple years ago where we went inside and sat down and ate us a pork chop sandwich. It was very delicious. All right, I've made my way a little bit further down Main Street now, and this here is Wally's Service Station, Mount Airy, North Carolina. This is a cool place to go inside and check out some souvenirs. Is there Barney's squad car? These guys have actually just got the tour and they're getting their picture made in the car, which is really cool. Highly recommend. This right here is the front of the service station. You see the gas pumps. How cool is this? I love it how they got some rocking chairs out front. That is so fitting. Gomer on the go. Right here is Wally's service truck. And unfortunately for the service truck, it looks like the service truck needs some service because it's missing a wheel right now. You picked a fine time to leave me loose, wheel. I actually heard Darrell Waltrip say that one time in a NASCAR broadcast ever so many years ago, which I thought was hilarious. That's the only reason I ever remember saying that. When you see a vehicle that's, missing a wheel, a whole rim, yeah, that's what comes to mind. Darrell Waltrip. The Mayberry Courthouse. And I do like it that they have these little squares outside, these little monuments. It's got all the characters from the show on there, at least the biggest part of them. Got like Floyd, Opie. Right there's Andy, Barney, Otis. Here's Aunt B. There's Goober. Ernest T. There's Thelma Lou. Miss Crump. Emmett. And right here is the Darlings, which is kind of cool because this right here is their truck, the Darlings. Right there. A little rusty, a little worn for wear, but, it's still surviving. All right, we are inside. Right here is the desk where Andy Griffith would have been sitting during the taping of the show, even if this is not where they taped the show, but it's a replica, but they did a really good job. It looks so awesome. This is such a cool place to come and visit if you're a fan of the Andy Griffith show. Right here is their rifles, all wooden. They're not real, of course. Right here is the jail cells. They still have the Christmas tree up, even though we are here in the new year, 2025. Let's walk into this cell here. Right there is the key where Otis can let himself out once he sleeps it off. They got some Christmas decorations up there. Ha ha ha, look at that up there. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Look at this old TV right here. My goodness. I bet some of you guys have had one of these before. Toshiba. Yeah, this is neat. I always love coming up here. There's just something about it. Yep, that's got some character to it. There he is. This is his room, I guess, or his cell. Right there would be where he goes sleeps it off. What a town. What a town. It is so cool. And he's got a little bit fancier TV over here. He's got the large one. You know, Otis is special. And just for fun, let's kind of walk over here and sit at the desk of Sheriff Taylor. Come on in, Barney. It's kind of how you did it, right? You can have Sheriff, or you can just turn it around to Justice of the Peace. Yeah, I think I like that better. Even though, well, I'm not a sheriff, but I think Justice of the Peace is kind of cool. All right, that was a quick little look inside, a little peek inside of the Mayberry Courthouse. A lot of fun. This is a great stop right here. You got the courthouse, and then right next door, we have Wally's service station. A lot of great opportunities for pictures if you're a fan of the show, of course. But now that will pretty much do it for me here in the Mount Airy area. Now we're going to get on 52, drive a little bit further down the road to, in the show they would call it Mount Pilot, but in real life here in North Carolina, for the rest of us who lives here, it's called Pilot Mountain. So let's go there next, kind of check out Pilot Mountain, and then we're going to move on to King, North Carolina. We're on 52 South, and right there is Pilot Mountain right in front of us, and about 3 minutes away from a dinosaur that I want to show you that I think is pretty epic. All right, my friends, we have made it to Pilot Mountain, and this is my first stop. This is Video Stop Incorporated, which this place has been open. I talked to the owner on the inside of it. She says she's been open for over 20 years, still going strong. This was absolutely an awesome find. I love getting out on the open road and finding little nuggets like this. This is just so cool. Had a ton of DVDs in there. They have video games. They have stuff for sale. So epic. You do not see video, stores, rental stores anymore at all. Yeah, everything streaming has kind of ruined all that. But this one here, Video Stop, Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, still going strong. I think that is just so cool. All right, right there in the middle of the screen, you can see Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. And I have made it to the downtown area here in Pilot Mountain. It's going to be nice. We're going to go out here on their main street area and just take a little walk down, look at some storefronts, and look at any kind of art pieces we find. Look at this one right here. That is pretty awesome looking. Check that out. This is all bottle caps, right? The plastic ones. Look at all those caps. Look at that. That's insane. The Atlantic and Yadkin Railroad, carrying folks and supplies and from this area circa 1898. And look at this train mural they have here on this wall. That thing is huge. Man, that's pretty cool. That cute little church right there. And right above it, you can see Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. See that little hump right back here at the back. That is so distinct, very easy to see. I know sometime when I'm traveling from Virginia back into North Carolina via Interstate 77, if you look off to the left on a clear day, you can see Pilot Mountain from Interstate 77 as you come down that mountain, which is pretty cool. Been a while, be honest with you, since I've been here in the area. Last time I was here, it was for a car show, and it was so awesome. I think it was called Hot Nights and Hot Cars or something like that. It was a summertime thing. This entire main street was overtaken by cars, all kind of different hot rods. And they're just lined up everywhere. They have vendors here. It was a lot of family fun. I remember that very vividly. Me and my wife actually went to one of these little restaurants over here. It might have been that one right over there called the Tilted Ladder, which we might walk over there in a second and I'll show you the front of it. But that's where we went in. I had one of the best flatbread pizzas I've ever had in my life in that place. So if you remember in the Andy Griffith show, they actually always refer to Pilot Mountain, the town of Pilot Mountain, as Mount Pilot. And this store, this country store, is actually called Mount Pilot Country Store, which I think is really cool. They're rocking a lot of Disney stuff out here. We got Mickey Mouse, you got Minnie Mouse here. Right there's Daisy Duck, right there's Goofy, Pluto, and Donald Duck. At first I thought that was Scrooge McDuck, but he don't have the glasses, so I'm totally thinking that's just Donald Duck being a little festive for the holiday season. All right, I made my way down here on the corner of Davis Street and East Main Street, and I come across this place, Squeeze Box. Now, anytime you see a place like this and you see signage like this here in North Carolina, I always think, okay, this is going to be good. Let's go in and order us a burger or a good foot-long hot dog or something. That's just what this reeks. That old school Coca-Cola sign up there, it just says sandwich shop on it. But this place here is actually called the Squeeze Box, and I can only imagine what kind of food this little diner. I mean, look at those stools in there. This would be so cool. Go in there and just sit down and have you a burger or something. As I make my way closer to some of the food locations here in downtown Pilot Mountain, I can't but to help. I used to work with a lady that told me about, they used to have like a fine dining benefit that they would do here in town to raise money to kind of help revitalize the town a little bit with some of the things that are old, or painting and things like that, and just updating the town a little bit. And when I looked down Main Street, I just couldn't imagine what it would be like to shut it down and then line some tables down the center of town here and serve like some really fancy fine dining, beers and wines and things like that, and then have live music right after that. So I don't know if they still do that or not anymore, but I think it's a pretty cool idea, because look at these old buildings. That would be really, really cool to just sit down and have dinner right here in the middle of town. I mean, how often you get to experience anything quite like that? What a great idea. This is really cool right here on the sidewalk. Look at all these little happy critters. We got some butterflies, some ladybugs, and that's all right here in front of Main Street Coffee. And then you can go get your coffee, and you got like a nice little nook right here to kind of hang out and enjoy yourself. You got some couches, little areas. I got a little blackboard back here on the right. It's really cool, and I love the signage right here. It says welcome. And if my niece was with me today, she would lose her mind, because she would be calling that chicken right there, hey, hey, from the movie Moana. Right here is the Pilot Mountain Antique Mall. And look at that big shell sign they have in here. And this stoplight, look at that thing. That thing is monstrous. You never really think of how big one of those lights are until you see it. Like not hanging down, you actually see it in person. And speaking of large signs, check out this welcome to North Carolina sign in the window right here at the Antique Mall. And right here it says homemade cream and butter fudge at Grace and Sparrow Southern Boutique. And right here's a cousin of mine. As I brush off the dirt from that horrible joke I just shared with you about a cousin of mine being the Bigfoot, you know, since this is the HitchHikingYeti channel, right here is the Tilted Ladder Restaurant. And I'm pretty sure this is where me and my wife ventured into to grab us a burger and that flatbread pizza thing that we eat that day. It was so very good. I'm almost 99.9% sure this is it. And you know what? Yeah, it was definitely it, because I remember this patio bar right here, right back here, and they actually have a ladder that's tilted on the wall. And right here is a very colorful mural on the side of this building, Lynch Realty. The pathway home. What a great catch line, right? The pathway home. This is very, very pretty. Like this, got the church, and then once again, at the end of the road up there, you can actually see Pilot Mountain painted right next to home. All right, we're going to bid farewell to Pilot Mountain, North Carolina now, and make our way down 52 a little bit further to King, North Carolina. Do a little walk around down there and then finish it off with my favorite fast food restaurant. We're going to go big today. We're going to get us a hot dog, I believe, is on the agenda. And welcome to King, North Carolina. Look at that mural right there. 5 Forks, circa 1930s. Look at that. That is pretty epic. So we're going to just kind of hang around downtown area here and make my way up here to the square. And then we're going to go to the real reason I came to King, little place called Dairi-O. Wow, check out these old buildings, these old storefronts across the road. This is the square. Oh my God, look at that drugstore. Oh, we have to totally go over there. It's called King Drug Co. RX. All right, this is really awesome. That drugstore, that is so cool looking. It's got that old style up here at the very top. I bet those letterings have been up there for a long time. Probably 40, 50 years or longer. Yeah, right here is Gentry's store. Hometown value since 1937. But it looks like it's been closed for quite some time. If you guys can see in there, not a whole lot going on. Man, on the side of this building right here, check out this huge train mural right here. That is so cool. Look how the two people, the man and woman, are dressed. Very old school. It says King up there. Got your horse and carriage. And then right here, if I look to the right here is the water tower of King, North Carolina, off in the distance. So beautiful here, and you look off to the right just so slightly, you can see the beautiful mountains. And you can totally ride this merry-go-round if you have 50 cents. And then speaking of fun stuff to do, right here is Fun Time Games. Arcade game sales. New games, used games, parts, financing available. FunTimeGameSales.com is their website. And right over there is the Fun Time Arcade Snack and Bar. All right. That was a quick little walk around the downtown area here in King, North Carolina. Now there's only one thing left to do, friends. It's time to go to Dairi-O. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, it is happening. This is the home of Dairi-O. This is where it all started, right here in King, North Carolina. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be good. This is so awesome. I have been a fan for Dairi-O for quite a few years now. There's not a lot of them in North Carolina, but this is where it originated, right here in King, North Carolina, and we are at the original spot. To me, I think the future of this company is going to be bright. They make awesome food, and I got an awesome hot dog that I've never had before. I've ate their regular hot dogs, but they have a new, like a jumbo. It's called the Big Dog. I think it's a 3-pound dog. Okay, we're going to get into this dog. Let's go check this thing out. All right, here is the Big Foot Dog.
Order 232.
Yeah, I'm outside. They even got speakers over here where I'm sitting. So, ooh-wee, looks nice. This looks really, really good. And this is what we're dealing with. I got mine all away, but look at that. Chili, slaw, mustard, some onions. And as epic as that is, wait till I pick this up. This is the Big Dog. 3rd pound. This is insanity. One thing I do like about this is, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but notice the toasted bun action going on right there. Oh, Dairi-O's. Just the little details to their food, how they make stuff, is so good. It's so delicious. So, bon appetit. Let's try this monstrous Big Dog. That is amazing. That is such a good hot dog. Fries, I know the fries are good. Nice crunch, just the right amount of salt. This here is the hot dog, the weenie. After I bit into it, had to almost unhinge my jaw to get this monstrous dog. So I gotta say, at this point in time, as I'm getting down to the final bite of my massive hot dog, I am totally loving my decision to hold out, to come here to Dairi-O in King, North Carolina, and eat this hot dog. I am totally happy. At first, when I was doing my vlog, I'm like, there's a lot of Andy Griffith stuff in here. Maybe I ought to do Snappy. Maybe I ought to, you know, hold out for Barney's or something. Maybe go to Aunt B's barbecue in Mount Airy. I'm so glad I held out for a Dairi-O, this big hot dog, this foot long. This thing is amazing. This is so good. I might enjoy this more so than the regular where you get the 2 hot dogs. Combo number 1. I think this might be my favorite now. Say goodbye. All right, my friends, that will do it for me. I'm all done. I'm full and happy. What a great day we had today visiting the towns of Mount Airy, Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, and finally King, North Carolina, and finishing off at Dairi-O. Very satisfied. Really good hot dog. Enjoyed it. I have some extra in the bag, which is going home to the family where they can enjoy a little food themselves. But I still have quite a drive to get to where I'm going. So all that being said, my friends, if you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. Until next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all again very soon. And so long to Dairi-O. You were epic.